Colorado death investigation is back open after a reporter from our Fox affiliate in Denver found a police officer allegedly left out or misstated evidence to disguise the death as a suicide. Now, here are the facts of this story point by point. 28-year-old Ashley Fallis died after a New Year's Eve party in 2012 at her home in Weld County. Her husband, Tom Fallis, was home when Ashley died and made the 911 call. He told police Ashley shot herself. Now, Tom was never charged and has always maintained his innocence. And now there's an investigation into the detective on the case as well. Fox 21's Aisha Morales spoke with Ashley's family, who believes Ashley's death was not a suicide, but murder. Aisha.
Lauren, I sat down with Ashley's brother, Bryce, who lives in Colorado Springs. He says the family just wants justice for Ashley, a mother of 3. From the start, the family says they're sure Tom shot and killed Ashley during a fight that night. They believe Tom's actions were covered up.
Suicide or murder?
We knew right from the start that Ashley didn't kill herself.
The death of 28-year-old Ashley Fallis is back in question.
The love and devotion she showed to her kids was what you'd see from any mom who just absolutely adores her children.
Ashley and her husband, Tom, were married for 4 years.
911, what's the location of the emergency?
A New Year's party in 2012 was the last time Ashley's family would see her alive.
There was divorce papers on my sister's dresser, and I don't think it was necessarily something that he planned out long term. I think he was just in a rage, and he had been in those several times, but he's never acted like this before. It's just something that I think he lost control.
Tom was questioned but maintained his innocence.
Tom was always very controlling.
He's now living in Indiana with their kids, something Bryce says is the hardest part about this whole thing. A reporter for Fox 31 in Denver did some digging. He found Michael Yates, the detective on Ashley's case, possibly left out or changed key evidence like witness testimony.
Nick was sitting at their living room with his sister and their friends, and they said that Tom walked from his house into the driveway with his hands on his head, saying, "What did I do? What did I do?" His dad asked him, "What did you do?" And he said, "I shot her."
This is why Yates is now under investigation by a third party, Loveland Police Department. And Ashley's case has since been handed over to Fort Collins Police. Bryce says he isn't going through all this alone. His girlfriend Christine is his rock.
I mean, I can't believe how him and his parents and his family get through on a daily basis like they do. They have so much going on, and I mean, I couldn't imagine having that happen to my sister or my daughter, and they hold their head high and they're fighting for justice for her every day. Knowing
that Tom is going to eventually be sent to prison for killing my sister, and that we will all be there to raise those kids together, is drive and motivation for the hardest times.
Now, Christine takes over the Ashley Fallis Memorial Foundation page on Facebook, where they sell bracelets like this one. Since the investigation has been handed over to a third party, the Evans Police Department will not comment on the matter. And I should just tell you folks that Tom Fallis was a deputy at the time. As far as Detective Yates, he is now isolated from Ashley's case and is still working with the department. Lauren.
All right, thanks, Aisha.